Okay, we returned from executive session, no action was taken. I did not ask for questions on the last item, so Mr. Giles has 4 questions, I believe, so that is on the board bylaws and standing rules. Mr. Giles?
First question refers, actually all of these refer to the board bylaws. What about Huntsville City Schools employees that live outside the community? What about people outside Huntsville that represent Huntsville City Schools employees with regards to citizen comments?
Again, depends if they are having a problem with the employment. You know, obviously I recommend they go through the proper channels. Otherwise, if they have a problem with the school system, again, still proper channels. If they have and we also have duly elected representatives, so if they have an issue that they'd like to discuss, I would recommend they talk to their representative or a representative.
Or could it say to provide for any citizen of Huntsville, Alabama, or employees of Huntsville City Schools?
Could.
And if the point is you want it to be stakeholders.
Yeah, could, but my issue would be is that has the employee gone through the proper channels?
That's always an issue.
Right, and so, I mean, I think they ought to go through the proper channels. And that's my feeling on it. But I could be in the minority. Okay. Mr. Johnson?
Why are you so eager to silence citizen voices? What can a citizen say that should be silenced?
I have no idea what that question even means, because here it is. So there are a lot of school systems, a lot of city councils across the United States that do not allow citizen comments, period. We're very lucky in this area that both the city council and the school board allow citizen comments. But you know, we do want to hear from the citizens, the taxpayers of this area, because it has to do with the Huntsville City Schools. And what we've seen a lot of folks from outside this area that may have a ulterior motive to try to come down and bring false negative information into the conversation. So, you know, we want to have the citizens come. We'd love to hear from the citizens. The other folks, you know, can talk to your representative or a representative you would like. Next time.
Okay. There are actually 5 questions. This is the third. It says, I have nieces and nephews I represent. I pay Huntsville utility taxes and state taxes you enjoy. I should get to speak. I guess that's a statement instead of a question.
Okay, great.
Next question is, was there any consideration for allowing items on the agenda based on a majority of the board not, what would that, what's this word right here? Requiring superintendent, president, or vice president agreement. So once again, was there any consideration for allowing items on the agenda based on a majority of the board not requiring superintendents, presidents, or vice presidents agreement?
I think in general,
Because that'd be a quorum. That means you have
Yeah.
voted outside the court.
but
You
I,
two are not quorum, but if you bring before the board, you're asking us to vote outside the public eye. Because we can't even call and ask each other how you want to vote on the issue. We just, I didn't know, excuse me. If we canvass the board and ask each member yes or no, then we are out of order. We cannot take official vote on anything outside the public area. But 2 of us is not a quorum, but 3 of us will be a quorum.
To clarify, this says, was there any consideration for allowing items on the board agenda?
Outside of that the board or vice president, president doesn't agree with, I assume that's the conversation there. And that's typically not been an issue, but again, this is our operating rules. If that's something we want to change.
well, in any organization, the board president is the one that sets the agenda in conjunction with the chief operating officer.
Yeah.
So the superintendent and board president get together and they create the agenda with input from the other board members. And I can't remember a time when somebody's wanted something on an agenda and has been denied.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's just a courtesy you owe the other board members.
Yeah, I think it happened before you came on back in '02, and the way that was handled was there are parliamentary rules that allow you to do that, and certainly that can be done. I've seen that done before. Next item.
Last question is, how can a policy be made to only allow citizen comments by Huntsville citizens while the school system is funded by federal, state, and minimal local funding.
So it's not a policy, number one, it's a bylaws, and again, when we want to hear from the citizens of this area, if you have a comment, you're more than welcome to talk to any of the board members that are here.
And these are actually not even bylaws, these are our standing rules.
That's standing
This
rules,
is just-
right.
These are just our
Good correction.
operating procedures.
So again, I want to reiterate, we love to have citizen comments. We allow it during the agenda items and work sessions. We have citizen comments when typically other places don't. I think Madison County, actually, you have to send your question in 48 hours in advance in writing form before they'll entertain it. So, we try to be as liberal as possible about letting citizen comments without it interfering with the business of the board.
And that's the key piece. This is a public meeting, but it's not a meeting of the public. We have business to take care of, and there was a point where our citizen comments were interfering with our ability to do the business that we needed to do.
Okay, all right. Moving on, next item on the new business. The chair recommends approval of the board bylaws and standing rules. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Nay, yay, yay.
I think that's opposed, right? Okay. All right, and that passes. All right, that is it. Thank you very much. We are adjourned.